This is me, trapped in an interdimensional prison with the fate of the server in my hands. And they have 1 week to find me, or else this realm and everything in it will cease to exist forever. Or at least, that's what I'm gonna tell them. Meet Twiff and F-Park, the 2 subjects, or prisoners of my experiment. The prisoner's dilemma is a paradox of decision analysis and a foundational pillar of game theory, stating that when 2 individuals choose to act selfishly, they'll both experience a negative outcome. And after several months of meticulously crafting their false reality, rigged with actors, props, and red herrings, it's time to put these players to the test. Will they work together to save me, or is the allure of ultimate power too strong for them to resist? This is the prisoner's dilemma. Let the games begin. The first step of this experiment is arguably the most risky, because as far as our prisoners know, they're on a completely unscripted Minecraft server, one where for months they've been in charge of their choices, their reality, and messing with it too much too quickly would be a problem. A core component of the prisoner's dilemma is that both agents act rationally, or in other words, make choices how they usually would. So in order to properly analyze each of their decisions, I have to take things slow and set the stakes. I know what they said this place was built for, but I don't belong here. I did nothing wrong, I didn't do anything wrong. I wonder if they've even seen the timer at spawn yet, or if they even know what it means. If they do ever figure it out, I'll give the gauntlet to whoever saves me. It's a good prize, I mean, it's what they wanted. It's what they were fighting for, right? I didn't do anything wrong. All I wanted was for them to be at peace. I didn't do anything wrong.
They wouldn't make the first day thing just announcing that a timer exists. That's goofy. There's definitely something we're missing.
F-Park was the first to find the timer, which is exactly what I was hoping for. As the leader of the anti-scepter squad, his sole motivation for saving me is the reward of the gauntlet, as obtaining it would allow him to remove all magic from the server. On the other hand, Twiff has fought for the server's right to scepters since the very beginning. He has every reason to save me to keep the gauntlet in our team's possession, and he and F-Park have no natural inclination to work together. And that is so important in my experiment because in the original prisoner's dilemma, the suspects have no way of speaking or convincing or pleading their case to each other, meaning their decisions hinge on trust. And while I can't exactly stop them from communicating, the existence of that lack of trust creates a similar dynamic. For those who don't know, the prisoner's dilemma goes like this. 2 prisoners are placed in separate rooms and offered a deal. They can either blame the other or stay silent. If both choose to stay silent, they're given a light sentence. If they blame each other, they're given a heavy sentence. So, under what's known as collective rationality, the best option appears to be simple. Stay silent and both get a lighter sentence, right? Not exactly. As I said before, they can't communicate with each other, and if one prisoner stays silent while the other blames them, they'll receive life in prison and the snitch will be set free. Therefore, under individual rationality, the best choice for each of them would be to confess, as they'll either receive freedom at the expense of the other, or at worst, would avoid a life sentence. And that acceptance of a mutually negative outcome due to a simple lack of trust is what makes the prisoner dilemma so special. So, to no surprise, F-Park chose to act in his own interest, choosing to keep this information to himself and leave Twiff entirely in the dark.
That's probably it for today.
Oh! Hey
What?
guys, come to the video altar.
Oh my.
We've seen this.
Yeah,
and
we've
you,
seen
and you
this,
didn't
bro.
say anything about it?
We did. We literally said, guys.
Okay, well, obviously this is what this is. You didn't tell me, Goofy.
What's going on?
You just assumed that it got skulked. I would know about it. Like, hello. That's all you
Yeah,
said.
15,000.
I'm leaving that. There's like the very slightest chance this audio visualizer actually has something in there, bro. That could be a number. That could be a number. This is a free.
That's a 5. That's a 5. I see a 5 right there.
No, they're not obvious enough to be an audio visualizer.
Now, to be clear, the only truthful piece of information is the existence of the timer. Everything else was a setup, and just as I expected, F-Park's overthinking of a simple clue left him desperate for clarity going into the next day, and he was willing to take help from anyone. I promised her I'd go back when this was all over. Yeah, maybe throwing it into the void was selfish, but I wasn't doing it for me. It was for them. I thought I could save her and destroy this godforsaken thing at the same time, and everyone would be happy. But now they just think I'm selfish. They think I'm crazy. I need to warn them about what I saw before it's too late. But do they even want me back? Have they even started looking?
This is not helpful. I don't know where we're going, Agilix. Throwing it into the void. What are we throwing to the void? It's not the gauntlet. You can't throw the gauntlet to the void. He's gonna get us a prize. Can't be the scythe because one thing he hates, bro. But Solar hasn't, and that doesn't make sense. Upon further analyzation, is definitely the gauntlets. The idea was he got into the dimension using the gauntlets, which I guess kind of makes sense. So he tried to destroy it while freeing Soxel, but he couldn't destroy it. Like he got stopped, maybe.
What do you guys think he's trying to free Soxel?
It wouldn't be Karaoke. It wouldn't be Verda. It wouldn't be Levy. Levy just joined.
Yeah.
Like hello. Who else would be freeing? ClownPierce? No. Like he's freeing Soxel. Hello. Like, what are we saying? It has literally zero thing to do with any actual arcane lore, so we can't base off anything other than like Soxel being trapped in Soxel's lore. Like, what's he gonna do with my footage here? Me running around top of this roof, just pondering on the question of like, wow, what the f are we supposed to be doing, bro?
Laugh, F-Park. I'm gonna laugh at you.
Day one, I was like, yeah, okay, fine. It explains that a timer exists, whatever. This one tells nothing. If you have the story, it just confirms Soxel's the person we already thought was being trapped. They just think I'm self. Okay, so I think in the story, we were meant to be really upset he took the gauntlet, but we just had no idea it was even happening. So I'm assuming we were meant to be like, oh my god, he tried to avoid the gauntlet. Whatever he saw is scaring the f out of him, which in reality, that's probably either the skulk thing or it's just like some corruption monster, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
No, wait, hold on. A corruption monster? Where did he get that from? That's not even a part of my script.
Let's turn the saturation max. Let's turn the contrast. It's different colors. Okay, there's nothing here. We haven't started looking because I know where the f you look because there's no clues. Okay, anyways.
Admittedly, F-Park was getting a little more frustrated than I initially anticipated. And I had to be careful because if he got too upset, he could start acting irrationally, compromising the integrity of my experiment. So for day 3, I decided to be nice and give him some visual clues. I didn't want to lie to him. He was so adamant about not destroying the gauntlet. I felt like I didn't have a choice. Doesn't matter now. I'm getting what I deserve in the end. I'll likely never see him again anyways, not that he'd want anything to do with me if he did. On the bright side, if no one rescues me, the gauntlet will be gone forever too. He'll be safe, even if I'm not here to see it. I would've liked to say goodbye to Twiff, I just couldn't bring myself to do it, to bring him along into another one of my messes. I've put them all through enough. This is for the best. On Twiff's soul, you're all subscribing to me right now. Sorry, Twiff.
Oh, I don't know. What is all that winging things at
Yeah,
the
I
end?
know. At the end, this guy drops an actual Agilix level paragraph, bro. Oh no.
Actually serious, bro.
Oh, it's just she killed herself, maybe? LL. No, it wouldn't be that.
She knows.
Probably she knows. Yeah, right, yeah. And then we get the fun part. The end.
Oh,
No.
And as they began to decode the second clue, I had our developer create some distractions.
and
Open
it would be the
mailbox.
scissors.
What's open mailbox? The f is that? Oh, wait, the timer turned green. What the f? Yo,
What?
What?
the timer turned green.
It did?
Yo, Sid, you do something?
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. It just magically turned green. Hello?
What the?
It made
Oh,
noise
what?
turn green. Hello?
Wait, there's multiple closed mailboxes. What? I'm so confused. There's one with the hand up and one with the hand down. This one's with the hand
What
up.
the f wing things, bro? Oh,
S? Is
S. Oh,
Or is it
that's-
W?
This, bro. Great. Pull up that.
Twiff.
Oh, wait,
Twiff.
no, this- Oh, wait. Twiff.
What?
Twiff. Yeah, Swift. What? Oh, so something happened. You think it's Morse?
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe?
Wait. Oh.
Oh, what the?
Oh, what?
Is it losing time faster? Okay, let's solve.
It's something 53
1:53.
a.m.
Yeah, that was last night, bro. That was literally last night.
What happened last night?
What
1:53 a.m.
I don't know.
Yes, you do! It's a private message you sent saying you didn't want F-Park knowing about Skulk in the Nether because he'd end up getting the gauntlet. I'm gonna be honest, I really thought this would stop them from working together as well as they were, but instead they just ignored it completely. And as it turned out, the developers' distractions worked a little too well.
Okay, current idea. We have time. So at 23:53:18, it turns to deep red.
21:35, it turns green, then it goes back to red, then it goes to normal red.
In theory, this could be coordinates. We could try it, I suppose. So 53:18, 46:33. That would be the final counts. And there
Mine shaft.
Nothing here.
While I don't understand whatsoever what math they did, Twiff and F-Park are almost acting like teammates at this point. But I suspect the reason that they're so willing to cooperate with each other is because if they don't, they risk failing to find me entirely, which as they just learned would lead to the gauntlet being destroyed. But lucky for them, the information they're about to receive will change everything.
Yo, Jokes, I know you're watching the recording, bro. What is this?
They never told me how long they put on my timer, but here I am, emptying my thoughts into the void again, so I guess I'm still alive. I've been to this place before. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I thought it had something to do with the return of a catalyst for the fourth eye. I even took my team here once, but we weren't supposed to see it yet, and he made sure I never came back. Gave me a dragon scepter to keep me quiet. Ironic that he got killed before he could stop me. Ironic that this is the end.
Okay, in the video, it says, I've taken my team here once. We didn't know what it was for. We followed the catalyst for the fourth eye event. Where have you been that was for the fourth eye event? Or y'all thought was for the fourth eye events? Because Jokes would think you would know about this pretty easily. So do you have, was there any...
I do have a suspicion of what it is.
Well, what is it?
It was like this structure in the end. Kind of looked like a prison. I'm not gonna lie. That's
where it is! What?
So yeah, I'm gonna have to actually go through all my recordings to find it though.
Sure enough, there it was, the structure in question. But even after flying through the entire void, they found nothing. This will make sense to them later, but for now, I didn't want to leave them empty-handed. So I provided them with a code word to unlock a new dimension.
Catalyst!
It spreads. Code word.
Oh shit.
Where? Just type in catalyst, just all lowercase. We're back!
Something happened.
So far, a lot of my lore revolves around a player named Soxel, who a few months ago chose to stay behind in a place called the Bingy Dimension. Since that realm is no longer accessible to players, it's a common sentiment that I'm either in that dimension with her, or at the very least, she's the missing piece in the puzzle. Theoretically, this was a huge breakthrough. But little did they know, Soxel was simply acting in my experiment, cast in a role with the sole purpose of confusing them further.
You seen Agilix around?
Who?
Agilix.
The big bedrock guy, the old guy?
The wise man.
I
want the
kind of
beard.
remember, but this place has been messing with my memory.
What do you remember of Agilix?
I remember he would visit me sometimes. I'm not exactly sure what, but I do know he wanted to free me, but that's all I remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you want to leave this dimension or do you want to still stay?
I mean, I feel like the corruption has moved elsewhere. I don't know. I don't think there's anything left for me here. Yeah, I'll leave.
Soxel executed her role perfectly, but the exhaustion of making so little progress was beginning to take its toll. That is to say, F-Park gave up. But remember, my allies still had a secret, the skulk in the nether, and F-Park's frustration gave them a prime opportunity to investigate it further.
Yeah, right here, the skulk. This was a skulk.
Oh, I might have seen this too.
It's so random that I don't think, like, anyone put this here. Just such a random place for skulk.
Yeah, I feel like it's very possible someone got a catalyst, but there's no catalyst.
Wait. Why does this look... Okay, part of this looked like standard galactic to me for a second, but I don't even think it is.
Might be a bit of a stretch.
Maybe.
No, like this letter right here, like...
Well,
Okay,
it might be a stretch, but I don't think it's not worth a shot.
I don't...
But like,
It's just like, what is this blob then?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if there's a cat, like if we,
I thought
we
this
can
was an
change it
arrow.
by simply killing something over here.
I thought this was an arrow, Reggie, like it pointed this way. That's what I thought, but...
If we were to kill a pigman like right now, right next to the catalyst, this would have changed.
Yeah,
So it's very possible that this wasn't always like this.
that's fair.
Solar had looked at this red herring for days, so he was more than prepared for this occasion.
I found a second skull patch after this one, so we can start from there. Just head like southeast for
Okay.
maybe like 1,000 blocks this
Okay.
way.
Oh, right here. Okay. Oh,
wait, I've been
oh
here.
yeah, what? There is skulk here. Wait.
This is the freaking the pyramid. Yeah, the pyramid. It's right over here.
Oh, this.
I
Oh,
don't know why
this
it's just
thingy.
right
Oh,
there.
this thingy.
Yeah, but it's fully
Oh,
destroyed.
what?
And it was here that they reached a dead end. They made their way to the end, hoping to find anything that'd be useful in their search. And shortly after, Wemmbu found this.
Bro, this is definitely where this
You
was.
see me? You see
Yeah,
me?
I see you. I see.
Hey!
Hey, buddy.
I do not see you.
Hey, look over here!
I see you. How did you get there?
What does the sign
landed.
say? You silly little boy?
And then on the back it says code word catalyst backwards. And
What does that mean?
I did try to say catalyst on it. It didn't work. Okay.
Wait,
Put an elytra in your-
wait, I have an idea. Enderman spawned an endstone. Just make a big endstone platform.
We can just get like we can just pearl and get an enderman.
Oh yeah, we could just pearl and get an endermite.
Oh, endermite. I have one.
Oh, you got one. Okay, you got one.
Yo, Whisper, we need the catalyst.
So we need to get the catalyst, bruh.
Put on the ground edge. I think we have to put on the ground because I don't think it'll reach there. There we go.
So did this? What does this do?
Never mind.
Wow.
To the surprise of absolutely no one, it didn't work. But in a way, their patience paid off, as the next clue was about to be released. It's strange not knowing where I am. There's no magic here, so I'm not in the Arcane dimension, but when I tried voiding the gauntlet begging for peace, this isn't what I envisioned at all. I'm imprisoned for going against the system, a system so corrupt that it punishes the very idea of freedom. I'm the one who's trapped, and still, I pity those who remain imprisoned by that system. Because they won't know what I saw. They won't see what I've seen. They're probably happy I'm gone. But even if they do save me, it might be too late for me to save them. They're running out of time.
He's not in the Arcane dimension? He doesn't know where he is. There's no magic. Not in the Arcane dimension. So he threw a gauntlet, begging for peace. Something happened that he wasn't expecting. Now I just don't think we can get to him.
Yeah.
Not in the Arcane dimension. There's no magic. It can't be the end. I literally don't think there's a way we can actually legitimately find them. Because he said he would give the gauntlet, but now he's saying he tried to void it.
As he connected the dots, Wemmbu was left hopeless. Because if you remember, he was the one I got the gauntlet from in the first place. And attempting to void it after months of work to get it was a massive betrayal to him, to Twiff, to all of my allies. They were running out of time to find me with no choice but to wait until they heard from me again. When the owners brought me here, they made me a deal. That once an hour was left on my timer, they'd bring everyone here who was willing to save me after what I've done. I don't know if it's possible in that short amount of time, I don't know if they'll forgive me for what I've done, and I don't know if I deserve to be let out of this prison in the first place. More than likely, they're just doing this to taunt me. At best, those whose trust I've broken will come to reclaim their belongings. At worst, I'll watch helpless as they fight each other again over the powers that are in my hand. But if Arcane's just gonna inevitably fall victim to this same cycle over and over and over again, it begs the question, do I even want to go back? As promised, everyone was teleported to the prison, except I didn't need them to save me. This was how I'd reveal the truth. First things first, I wasn't forced into this prison, I never tried looking for Soxel, and I never threw the gauntlet into the void. In fact, I chose to be here, and everything you've experienced over the last week was a collection of lies designed to test you. The only thing I was truthful about was the timer. Once it expires, you'll never see me again. Speaking of, Benji, can we get one for 2 minutes, please? Twiff, F-Park, you two were the main subjects of my prisoner's dilemma experiment. And I hate to say it, both of you failed. Because let's be honest, you're not here for me, you're here for this. And now it's time for your selfishness to be punished. In just a moment, you'll get to watch as I actually throw the gauntlet into the void, destroying it permanently. I know it doesn't make much sense right now, but I hope one day you can understand why I did this.
Guys.
Oh my god, what?
You know what this does actually? Let's think about this, right? Wemmbu lended the gauntlet to Agilix, right? And he just destroyed it. They're breaking up. That's guaranteed. That alliance is done for. There's a power gap now. Yeah, this is a great. This is actually great.
Oh, I'm back at spawn. What just happened, bro? Was the coalition a lie? Everything me and Agilix worked towards, bro. Was he just using me the whole time, bro? Like, I don't know.
There I stood, surrounded by a server in awe of what they had just witnessed. My timer was nearly out, and only I knew what was going to happen.
10 seconds.
Wait. Agilix warned of something coming for us once the timer ended. I'm not exactly happy. This is the opening.
Should we?
Hey, Agilix is permanently banned.
What?
Is he?
Look in general.
It's in general.
Oh, shit.
Yo, the codes involved has to be studied, bro. They've lost 3 members in like less than 2 weeks.
Truth be told, all of us are prisoners chained to our desires. But once before, we as a server broke free from those chains, and united for the benefit of everyone. And this week, the server united once again. The only one who acted in their own self-interests was me. There's no dilemma, no need to testify. This was the sentence I deserved. Thank you, Arcane members, for the best season of an SMP I've ever had. I love you guys, and I'll see you next season.